Or over in New Orleans, I should say. How many of you have been to New Orleans? How many of you actually remember being in New Orleans? This is a song about a dusty old house we stayed in for a couple nights. Started out just like any day should. By the time I got here, I was feeling no good at all. I should be having a ball. Sometimes you don't get to choose. I've got them low down, dusty house blues. There's dust on the ceiling and dust on the floor. Dust in my eyes, I can't take any more abuse. I guess sweeping's no use. I think I might blow a fuse. I've got them low down, dusty house blues. What you got, Lou? Just me and the roaches and fleas. But never mind us, we'll just do as we please. For now, I will survive somehow. Mark my words, I will lose these low down, dusty house blues. On the bass, y'all. And we're going to be playing a bunch of songs from a new album that I just released a couple weeks ago. Although I'm curious, how many of you are hearing us for the first time? Oh, good. Well, then they're all new songs. So I got a question for y'all. Yes. Oh, yes. So thank you, Cherry. It's the tip guitar case and a merch case, so I'll be hanging out over here afterwards to say hello to you all. And yeah, I got a question for you. When was the last time you slowed yourself down long enough to feel your feet on the ground? It takes a lifetime to learn and only one breath to forget. Time you tried something new, something that you think is not really you. It takes so long to discern, and the stuff you don't do is what you most regret. So get out there and feel something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. Do you remember when you were a kid? So enamored with everything you did, and then your life took a turn, and in your grown-up ways you were set. Oh, if only you could go back somehow and tell yourself everything you know now, but there's no way to return. fret. Get out there and feel something. Leave behind your worry and doubt. Get out there and feel something. Find out what you're all about. The clock is running and so are you. These mindful moments and chances are few. So take them while you can, and I will too. I feel it too. You're all about. That's what it's all about. Thank you very much. So yes, as Cherry mentioned in the introduction, we are from New Hampshire. We live in a town called Conway, New Hampshire, not too far from Mount Washington, which you might have heard about Mount Washington in the national news a couple winters ago. We had the lowest ever recorded, the coldest wind chill ever recorded on the face of the earth. It was like 108 below zero. Yeah, so that's where we don't live on the mountain, but we live in the valley of that beautiful place. And this is a song I wrote in that really strange summer of 2020 when we were all just stuck in one place for a while. And it didn't take me long to appreciate that there are far worse places to be stuck for a while than the White Mountains in New Hampshire. So this is a song inspired by the beauty of the place that we call home. Up here in the mountains, I can hear things like the whole of my life, ringing in my ears. Up here in the mountains, I can see things like the movement of glaciers over thousands of years. But down in the valley, in all the hustle and bustle and fray, I spend my nights dreaming about how I can get away. Even for just one day, I want to slow my life down. I want to know that I'm really living. I want to feel more deeply and more completely, and find the gift in me that's waiting to be given away. Up here in the mountains, I can hold things like a handful of water dropped from deep in the earth. Up here in the mountains, I can remember things like the goodness I've carried from the day of my birth. But down in the valley, and all the noise and neon lights, I'd spend my days hoping that my dreams will take flight. Maybe they will tonight. I won't slow my life down. I want to know that I'm really living. I want to feel more deeply and more completely, and find the gift in me that's waiting to be given away. I want to slow my life down. I want to know that I'm really living. I want to feel more deeply and more completely, and find the gift in me that's waiting to be given away. Want to find the gift in me that's waiting to be given my whole heart away. Thank you so much. So this next song is it's one that I wrote after doing a lot of people watching from certain situations. And what I mean by certain situations, you know, the ones that we have very often found ourselves in. We're not always, though most of the time these days we are fortunate enough to be in front of such a kind and attentive and relatively sober audience. You're not throwing things at us, you're not watching a game, you know, over our heads. And this is a song I wrote after doing a lot of people watching from noisy corners like that. And there's a sing-along part too, and I'm not going to tell you what it is. You'll know it as soon as you hear it. And then you won't be able to help yourself. You'll sing right along. And, yeah. So many fireflies buzzing around my stool, nursing my water and trying not to lose my cool. I like this one who has big brown eyes, but he don't like to talk, he'd rather look at my thighs. I said, talking's nice, you know, you really ought to give it a chance. He said he'd rather drink and dance. That's your part. Drink and dance, yeah. He's gonna have another drink and try to find a little romance. Drink and dance. Drink and dance. Well, some would say that he's thrown his life away, 'cause all he does is drink and dance. Then I watched this big blonde woman stagger up to the bar, and she shot me a look that was brighter than a shooting star. She laughed at me and said, hey, what's your deal? You look like a kid who lost her Happy Meal. I said, thinking's nice, you know, you really ought to give it a chance. She said she'd rather drink and dance. Drink and dance, yeah. She's gonna have another drink and try to find a little romance. Drink and dance. Drink and dance. Well, some would say that she has thrown her life away, 'cause all she does is drink and dance every Friday night at the same old bar by the same stoplight. Well, maybe she's right. Maybe I should loosen up and have a little fun tonight. don't like to drink and dance. Don't like to drink and dance.